Hey yo, today's video is kind of different from my usual ones because I don't actually have enough clips to put together, but here's something that will give you some more insight about me and streaming. I found this question somewhere on Twitter, so I thought I'd just make a video and tell you a bit about myself. So the first question is, what's the story behind your username? That's not a bad question actually. My username used to be Kibira on Steam and most games, until I needed another name for a new character in World of Warcraft, since you can't use the same one all the time. I wanted something similar to Kibira, so it turned into Kalina. That was the first character I played with my brother, because before that we used to share the account since he was busy studying and I had a lot of free time after school. We never had much money, so we didn't want to buy a separate account for me, until we decided back in Wrath of the Lich King, I think, that we wanted to play together. Kalina is pretty much my online name everywhere now, but my Twitch name is Kalidrex, a mix of Kalina and Pandrex, my boyfriend. We decided back then that we wanted to have this shared channel to experiment and see which channel would get more viewers, which was actually very obvious. Females alone get more clicks, males alone get less, and both together on a screen is somewhere in the middle. Eventually I've taken over the channel because Pandrex didn't want to stream as much anymore. Next question. What's my favorite game to stream? This one's kinda difficult because I've changed a lot over the years. I started streaming Overwatch only for over a year. I've never swapped to anything else because I didn't have any viewers at the start, but I also didn't want to just sit there quietly like a stone because people wouldn't be interested in watching someone that boring. So Overwatch was the perfect game at the time because I was playing it much anyway and I was able to do callouts in-game to keep talking. Now I've turned into a variety streamer because Overwatch gets quite salty and I've stopped talking on voice chat due to toxicity, and I wanted to rather focus on my chat and interact with you guys rather than focus on the game because I'm very competitive. I figured I should rather play chill and slower games so I can chat with you rather than to be too busy to talk to my viewers and give all my attention to the game. I thought that the point of streaming is to interact with people, otherwise I might as well just make videos on YouTube instead or just play off stream as I do now. So this is why I separated the game and streaming and started playing stuff like World of Warcraft or Minecraft, Graveyard Keeper, Diablo, Warcraft, or Don't Starve Together. So the next question. Variety streamer? Well, I pretty much covered that in the previous question. I do consider myself a variety streamer because I do different games on different days, both to cover something that I'm willing to play on stream without getting spoilers and enjoy it, and something that is alright to watch for you. I'm usually very picky when it comes to games because I'm highly allergic to backseat gaming and there are a ton of games that I rather enjoy by myself. The favorite thing about streaming? The fact that I can plan and schedule when and what to stream as I please. Also the fact that I can get to know people from all around the world, which wouldn't have happened otherwise. I've gotten great friends out of it and the support is massive. People are so supportive, they have helped me through difficult times and made things easier for me. I love to be able to balance things just the way I want because my highest priority in life is to be happy, while my only income is streaming at the moment and I kind of depend on people helping me out financially. I do not prioritize financial wealth, but it does help me to continue what I'm doing right now, which is streaming and making videos on YouTube and finally be happy with my life overall. My favorite streamer to watch? I don't really have a favorite, but according to my 2020 recap from Twitch, the two people I've watched the most are Costa and Wolfie. I can put their links in the description or put it on the screen. They play different games, but it's not really about the games that I'm interested in. It's the personality, something that makes me feel welcomed, something that gives me the feeling that I'm a friend, rather than a number. I still like to watch pro Overwatch gameplay, but in that case I don't give a crap about the streamer. I just want to see their gameplay so I can learn from it. The longest stream I've ever had? I think it has been only like 8 hours because I was trying to stay awake and fix my sleep schedule for an upcoming event where I was supposed to go playtesting Division 2 at Massive Entertainment before its release was announced. I had to go there for 5 days and it was early as fuck. Considering I don't actually stream full time. That's because life balance and a stream is supposed to be fun and make me happy rather than turning into a chore that feels more like work. Remember that happiness is my highest priority and this is just the right balance for me right now. The most frustrating thing about streaming? There are quite a few things that can get annoying. You'll always get trolls, especially when I stream Minecraft. The jokes with Ice, Wallow, Come and Mike Hawk are getting old. There are people telling me that I apparently look like an ugly whore or that you can get free diamonds by pressing Alt F4. It's not really frustrating to me, rather childish and annoying. I'm overall very allergic to backseat gaming, as I said, and even though I have tags of no backseating or have it in my rules, people often don't pay attention to it anyway. Sometimes people just want to help, but there's a fine line between giving suggestions and actually backseating that people often don't see. And don't give me that genius idea to just ban them, because you gotta see it this way. Someone cuts you with a knife over and over. You tell them to stop, because it hurts, and then they stop. But your wound is still there, and you're still bleeding, so even if they stop cutting you, you're still in pain from the first cuts. Does that make sense to you? This is one of the reasons why I choose not to play popular games that everyone has played before. I prefer games where you don't have a linear story that is predictable for people. I like to stream rather open world things where I can decide how to do things my way and it's not necessarily wrong. Who's my favorite person to stream with? Well, this is something that I have realized recently. I don't actually like to collaborate with anyone. I found that if I stream with somebody else, I focus too much on that person I play with and tend to neglect the rest of the people in the chat. I don't see the point in streaming if it isn't to interact or hang out with the people who watch. I also don't like having to constantly mute myself to swap between talking to the person I play with or talking to viewers. Over the years I have learned to constantly talk on stream, because sitting there quietly for 20 minutes is not a good stream, in my opinion. Now that I constantly talk, I also don't want to occupy the other person's stream with my random bullshit, and I also don't want other people to talk over my stream. So don't get me wrong, I do like playing with other people, but then I rather do that off stream where I don't feel uncomfortable ruining their stream or neglecting people. What are my goals? I would love to keep doing what I'm doing, so I do depend on people's support, whether that's a follow, a lurk, a sub, bits or donations. While I don't want people to feel obligated to give me anything, just you being here and hanging out with me is helping out a ton already. If I can keep my viewership at a certain point, I get opportunities to do sponsored streams, and that's basically paying my bills. This year is gonna have some changes when we move out from here, so we will see how things go in the future, but I would love to keep things as they are right now. That would be perfect, because I think I'm currently mentally quite happy. I don't expect people to be there all the time. I know that everybody has their own lives and things to deal with, but just know that you're a huge help in any way you show your support. What are the things that I want to change? There isn't really anything I want to change. It's rather the fact that I want to improve as a streamer to make you guys happy too. I want to provide a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you're a friend rather than a viewer or a number. I want to be able to brighten up your day, whether you're at work or have something to deal with or take care of. I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to feel comfortable enough to talk to me or others in the chat, or just have some fun and enjoy some company and feel like you had some well-spent time on my channel. Did I drop any games? Well, yes, I dropped streaming Overwatch because of the salt, but I'm not gonna talk much more about that because we've covered that before. There are some sponsored games that I've had I wouldn't want to necessarily play again, so most of them I've actually dropped again because I didn't enjoy them that much. How many mods do I have? At the beginning of my streaming journey, I didn't actually have a lot of mods because I felt like it wasn't necessary. I could take care of trolls myself most of the time. I started adding more people over the years, and I think I have 8 at the moment. Even if they're mods, I don't expect them to pay attention to me or the chat 24/7, so most of the time I can still take care of things myself. What's my most viewed clip? That is actually a good question. I had to go and check which one had the most views, and it's actually a clip during my birthday stream from 2 years ago, when I was still living at Panda's mom's place with no green screen, shitty PC, no external mic. I already started putting heads up for each sub and 50 bits or donations, and people have been very generous to give me a lot of gifts on that stream, so I had a ton of hats on. I can show you right here.
Okay, this is the ultimate silly look. I don't have more than that. I'm really warm. Romy, Jesus Christ, thank you so much for gifting subs and 1,000 bits. What a huge birthday present. You're too generous. Like, I feel like I need to block you so you stop being so extremely supportive.
Next question is cam? What question is that? Whether I use a cam or not? Well, yes, you guys know I do. There are days where I was streaming but I didn't feel too good, so I turned it off. But nowadays, if I don't feel very well, I don't stream at all. By the way, if you ever feel like it's a chore to stream, then just don't stream. I keep giving this advice to people all the time because I've seen so many people get burned out or feel like they have to stream but don't want to. Streaming is not the most important thing in life. Don't worry about losing followers or viewers because the people who care about you will always come back or stay in contact and be your friends. A lot of people started streaming for the wrong reasons, like making easy money or get partnered on the biggest platform out there. Technically, everybody can be a streamer, but not a lot of people are actually doing so well that they can have this as their full-time job. There are so many circumstances to think about. Who gave you the most inspiration to stream? Well, it's actually my boyfriend Pendrex. When we first met, he used to be a streamer. He used to stream the rated Battleground games that we did on World of Warcraft, and I wasn't even aware of Twitch until then. He was the one to encourage me to start streaming when we moved together, and it turned out to be just the right thing I wanted to do. At the beginning, I didn't have much time to do it because I was working 2 jobs, but especially after I've moved to Sweden and quit my job, I started to get into it more and learn how things worked, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I stick to it, and now it became so much more than I thought. I didn't start to make money, I just started because I enjoyed it, and I just happened to get to know people and make friends. Now I want to continue this. So there are basically 15 more questions that I can do in another video sometime. If you are interested in another video like this, then let me know in the comments. Or if you have any specific questions that you would like to have answered in a video, then let me know as well. I've just used some background footage of my recent stream in Graveyard Keeper. You can find me streaming on Twitch from Monday to Friday, 2 to 6 PM GMT+1, or you can click on the link in the description for the schedule in your time zone. And thank you for watching, see you guys around, bye 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 bye.